the Women's Business Center. Your first step to success.
Let our viewers know, when we interview leaders, community leaders, the one thing everybody that we've interviewed has in common, well, there's several things, honestly, but the one thing that always pops up that intrigues me is that they're all involved in the community. I think that there's something very important for, if you have this vision in business that you want to do, that it does go hand in hand with being involved in the community and sharing your knowledge, sharing your gift, and empowering others. What is it that you see? How is there growth when because Wells Fargo is so good at, you have to have your community hours, you have to do this, you have to do that. What is their growth like?
What is their growth in terms of career or growth in involvement?
Personal growth.
Okay. First of all, I oversee 225 team members. So one of the things that we do.
Do you know all their names? I'm just kidding. It's just like, because I forget my own. So I was just wondering,
it does help that I have a good memory.
Wow, 225.
And the ones here in the Upper Rio Grande Valley, obviously I see them more often. In Laredo, I'm there once a week. So sometimes I go back and say, okay, have I met this person? And then I try to relate. And always, of course, recognition is very important to me. So that's one of the things that really helps me remember their names, is going back and matching them to the reports so that I can recognize them, and then I go back and ensure that personal touch is there. But going back to the development, right from the get-go, when we are interviewing our team members, we do let them know about what Wells Fargo expects from them in terms of not only meeting their sales numbers, because we are a retail bank, but also what we expect for them in engagement back to the community. And we also talk about the development piece. We let them know that here with Wells Fargo, they have a great opportunity to grow. And we also let them know that they are the owners of their career. That for them to be able to be successful, they need to be engaged and be active in some of the things that they're going to be learning and growing as they flourish throughout. So one of the things that we do is we have quarterly conversations with our team members. Every one of our team members sits down with their manager to talk about the progress. And the quarterly conversation that we have is more of, how are things going with you in terms of development? Have we done a good job in showing you the skills that you need? Of course, we also have our other type of conversations on a quarterly basis that have to do with them meeting their expectations in terms of performance. Once our team members are hired, to take it back a step, after they're here, within their first week, we assess their first week and see, okay, what was your experience like? They're paired with a buddy teller or a buddy banker that goes over the entire week for them to make sure that they had a great experience. Wow. Once they've been here for a month, we have a 1-month conversation. The branch manager needs to personally sit down with either a teller, a banker, whoever it is, to talk about their experience within that 1 month. How did they go? Have they had the tools that they need? Have they received recognition? Although they have been here for 1 month, we want to be able to recognize their successes. And then we also start planning at that point, within that first month, start planning what the career and development is going to be like. And then we follow up on a quarterly basis.
That's a lot of love and passion.
So it is, we definitely do
a lot of personal touch.
A lot of personal touch. And then my role as a district manager is to go back and ensure that those conversations are quality. So I do go back and inspect, and I also read, because I want to know what team members we have in the pipeline so that we can, as positions come open, so that we can keep them in mind. So it is one of our big priorities, and that's how we're able to retain a lot of our team members and promote. That's the other thing. When we do promote, we promote within. We try to open our positions only internal, which is why you may not see a lot of external positions. If we're not able to fulfill them internally, then that's when we open it up to external applicants.
Wow. So a lot of growth and development.
A lot of growth and development.
What would you tell a woman who is watching today? And I specifically say woman because it is for the Edge of the Women's Business Center. What would you tell them to encourage them to follow a banking life, or why it's, where your passion stems from? Something about telling them to go for it.
Right. The banking industry, a long time ago was dominated by men. It happened when like I said, I started when I was 16 years old, and there was mainly male bankers. But now the women in banking have done a tremendous job succeeding. So why go into banking? If you have a passion for helping a person succeed, then banking is for you. You're able to help them from something as minimal, from cashing a check to something as helping them buy their first house, helping them grow, get that credit need that they may need. So for us, ladies in the banking industry, one of the things that's very important is to make sure that you're committed to serving that quality of, providing that quality of service. Because one of the things that's very important in the banking industry is that you fulfill your commitment to your customer and that you follow through.
So as women, we like to nurture. In
Right.
banking, you get to nurture the customers that
I've had customers that have followed me for 10 years, and although I don't serve in that capacity to be able to provide the service myself, they still come back and visit, and all I do is recommend them to one of their local branches or one of the bankers that can continue to provide that same service, and I always tell them, don't drop the ball.